day 3 of our 7-day Chairman Bootcamp. JB calling in live right now from Miami, Florida. Just got back in time to get to this call, sit down and learn from my brother from another mother. One of, in my opinion, one of the most skilled trainers that I've seen in the past couple of years in our profession. And, you know, to really kick this thing off, I want to remind you guys that, look, the inside of this opportunity that we have with I Am Mastery Academy, okay, we have an amazing chance to shift, right? When we say the word shift, we have an amazing chance to shift the way that people perceive word of mouth marketing, right? We look at some of the biggest companies in the world. We look at the time, we look at the technology, we look at where we're at. And some of the biggest companies are spreading through word of mouth, right? How did I find out about my iPhone? How did I find out about Facebook? How did I find out about Spotify? And, you know, the list goes on and on. Word of mouth is huge. But when it's people doing the marketing for a company, and that's what we do, right? We do the marketing for I Am Mastery Academy, which means it's our responsibility to bring customers and the company's responsibility to provide an excellent service and excellent education. And when we do that, right, we're not just shooting fish in a barrel, right? When we do that, we make a decision to become professionals. And that's why I use the word profession. And that's why Matt used the word profession. We don't use the word industry, right? Sometimes we do, but we try to correct ourselves because it's not just an industry, but just like a doctor has to get training to become a professional, right? You wouldn't want to go get a crucial surgery from a doctor who tells you, hey, it's my first day, right? I skipped college. I'm just, I figured it out. I got a knife and a dream, right? You want to do important things with professionals. And if you guys want to grow to become chairman, right? That's today's topic that Matt Rose of Chairman 500 is going to cover. The mindset of a chairman. If you guys want to become chairman in this business, there's a step that you take to becoming a professional. And when you make the decision to become a professional, that's when you can start to get professional results. So professionals, they show up ready to go up, right? This is a volunteer call. Understand, nobody forced you to be here. Nobody forced you to join the company. We want to grow. We want to be a part of it. So if you want to be here and you want the best results, get a pen and paper. Don't take notes in your phone. Turn off Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the news, blah, 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 blah. And just focus, because I've been on calls distracted before and I don't really learn anything. I've been on calls multitasking before. You don't really learn everything. So guys, let's take this call as professionals. It's not too late to get in your group chats, send out reminders, text people personally if you have to. Over 2,500 people on the call right now. Day 3, Chairman Bootcamp, mindset of a chairman. Matt Rosa, come on, bro. Give us the sauce. We're ready for it. We got the pasta. Now we need the sauce, bro. Let's go.
Carb City during this quarantine, bro.
Oh, we got carb free. We got I just went to the supermarket and we got the Bonza chickpea pasta. So we got low carb pasta.
Low carb pasta, but the sauce is gonna be fully loaded, baby. I got you.
This is the only chunky chairman's, man. Make it happen.
Yo, Jay, I appreciate you, man. Got a lot of love for you, bro. It's crazy. Me and Jay, we don't get to see each other as often as we used to. We literally live right up the street. It's me, then Alex Morton, then Jason. And we don't get to see each other nearly as often as we wish, and now even less with this whole quarantine. But I've seen Jay's face more on FaceTime and on these calls than I have in a very long time. So I miss you, bro. It's good to see you. I Am Mastery Academy Familia. I am fired up, right? When we put this thing together, I knew for a fact that we couldn't have one of these calls without going over the mindset of a chairman, right? Doesn't matter 6, 7, or 8 figures. The mindset of a chairman, because I truly believe that chairman is not just a series of actions. Chairman is not just chairman is not just a way of life, right? It starts before you ever become a chairman. It starts with what's going up here, right? What's going on in the mind? Is it bulletproof? Is it developed enough in order to get ready for the series of events that you're gonna partake as a chairman, right? And I truly, truly believe that without the right mindset, you can hit chairman, but you're not gonna keep chairman. And what I'm gonna go over, I have a few key topics that I really think are gonna help elevate your mindset, you know, from where it is that you're at to becoming a chairman. And my chairmen that are on this call right now, from where it is that you're at as a chairman to becoming a chairman 100 or a chairman 500, right? This is very tangible information that you're able to implement on a day-to-day basis. It's just going to take rewiring of the brain, right? It's going to take you completely shifting what it is that you've known, what it is that you're used to, what it is that you've learned, and kind of unlearning it. But as always, house rules really quick, guys. I need you guys taking notes. You guys got to write this stuff down. You're only going to retain 5% of what it is that you learned today if you do not write it down. And then you're going to have to teach every single new individual in your organization or whoever's not on this call right now what it is that you learned. Because, guys, this is a chairman boot camp, which means that if we're trying to go chairman, it's not about what it is that we can do, rather what it is that we can teach. Because what we can teach is duplicatable, and duplication leads to momentum each and every single time, right? So let's get this show started, guys. The first thing that a chairman has, right? The first level, well, not rather level, but the first skill set that they have, the first mindset that they have, mindset shift, is that they understand that visualization is key, ladies and gentlemen. Visualization is key. Now, I strongly believe out of sight is out of mind, right? And a lot of us go around and we talk about what our why is. We talk about what it is that we want to be able to accomplish. But when's the last time you sat down and you really visualized it? And I'm not talking about like, all right, so yeah, I know I'm going to be a chairman. And no. Guys, I used to get so vivid with my visualization that I literally was able to trick my mind into believing that it was already my reality. Time hadn't caught up yet, and I was living in the future. You see, I understood that the problems that I was going through were temporary, and because of that, I was at ease with the problems, and I was able to look for lessons instead of losses in every failure that I had. Right? So I understood that I needed to get very in depth, right? So I remember I would wake up in the morning and I would think about how my floors were going to feel. It's crazy. I just got chills right now because I pictured this apartment before even being in this apartment. It's not exactly the way it was that I pictured it, but I remember thinking, how are my feet going to feel when I wake up in the morning? And why am I waking up? Is it my alarm? Is it because I'm done sleeping? Or is it because my cook, my private chef is cooking me breakfast and I smell the bacon, I smell the eggs, and that's what woke me up, right? And when I wake up, what does the sun look like going over the water, going over the ocean as I'm 25 stories in the sky? And as I look down at my phone, what do my messages look like, right? Are my six-figure earners inside of my organization contacting me with positivity every single morning? Are they contacting me with struggles that they're having, right? And then when I go to run my errands for the day, you know, and I call my car downstairs, what car is pulling up? And then when I get in that car, what does the steering wheel feel like on my hands? And what is the smell of the car? And what are the looks that people are giving me being so young, getting into this car? And, you know, what's the look on my family's face? What is the look on my mother's face when I finally bring her as a Chairman 500 to hear me speak in front of the whole company? What is my wife's expressions when she sees me talking in front of 7,000 people? You know, what am I feeling? What prayer am I saying before I get on stage? What am I wearing before I get on stage? What song am I listening to as I get on stage? You see, I listen to myself, or I picture myself listening to Estamos Bien by Bad Bunny multiple times before I ever hit Chairman 500. Boom, freaking hit it, and I've walked out to that song. You see, out of sight is out of mind, right? And visualization isn't necessarily just about sight, what it is that you see, but it's also about vision. Vision is what you can see even when your eyes are closed, right? Vision is what it is that you can see even when your eyes are closed. Now, if you can hold it, that changes the game because it's already yours. If you're able to hold it, a lot of our goals we can't hold, right? But if you're able to hold it, that's going to change the game. It's already yours. So guys, if there's a neighborhood that you want to live in, like for me, I love Golden Beach out here in Miami. It's the only stretch of land with the beach as your backyard, as a house. Houses are going for 30, 40, 50 million. These houses are absolutely insane. Like Tommy Hilfiger has a house there. It's luxury, 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 right? And I love driving past there and looking at the houses that I feel like I'm driving around and I'm picking out my house. Or for instance, if I see a house that I really like and I'm driving around Miami, I drive into the driveway. My wife used to think I was insane. I would drive into other people's houses and I would just be like, okay, honey, we're home. And when you want that dream car, go touch that dream car. If there's a chairman inside of your organization that you're close to, and you want to go ahead and you want to hit the rank that they're at, ask them to hold their trophies. Ask them to actually physically touch it. Shout out to my brother Rob, maker of taste. Cash the Great actually gave him the Chairman 50 award that he got, and he said, "This is yours. Give it back to me when you hit Chairman 50." And Rob literally is always on calls holding this thing. He's looking at it every day. He's holding it. It's already his. This is already his, right? So if you can hold it, it's already yours, and that literally changes the game. So guys, visualization is key, and it has nothing to do with sight, but more so to do with vision. And remember, vision is what it is that you can see when your eyes are closed, ladies and gentlemen, not necessarily when you're wide awake, right? So that's first and foremost. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, it's something that I feel is common sense, but these days, I guess sense ain't so common. When I was on my come up, I had to give up in order to go up. I really had to give up. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I had to give up in order to go up. And some of the things that I had to give up were so I became more of a professional. My boy Rudy out of New York City, one of my boys, he stepped on stage one day, and one of the biggest takeaways I've taken inside of this industry was what he said. He said, look, when he hit Chairman, I'll never forget this. He said, hey, I just want y'all to know I wasn't always this polished. And that's 100% of the truth. You look at David and Monique, you look at Gary McSween, you look at Darwin and Emery, you look at Bryce Thompson, you look at Ivan Briones, you look at myself, you look at Jason. Jason was showing you some of the stuff that was on his Facebook from back in the day. We weren't always this polished. I want you guys to understand that. Before the $1 Million Hall of Fames, before the crazy amounts of awards, before the recognition, we had to give up in order to go up, because we knew that if we were going to be professionals inside of this profession, we had to start acting like it from the get. So for instance, I had my nose pierced, and obviously I'm nice and tattooed, right? Jason, I remember we were, and I used to smoke.
Tell him, bro. Tell him the truth.
I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, guys. And I was rough. I was passionate. I was always excited, but man, I was rough. Matter of fact, if you're rough around the edges right now, so I don't feel alone, let's drop a 777 inside of the chats real quick. If you're rough around the edges and you know it, let's drop a 777 inside of the chats real quick, guys. So I'm not alone. I was rough around the edges, ladies and gentlemen. And I remember one day specifically, Jason and I are on a rooftop. Well, some of y'all playing. We only got like 50 people that are rough around the edges. One day, me and Jay are sitting on a rooftop after an event that we had out in Tampa, right? And Jay pulls me aside with one of our affiliates that used to be in our team, and he says, "So Matt, a few things that I want to talk about. We weren't Chairman 10 yet. I think it was like our first month actually building the biz. And no, matter of fact, we were Chairman 10 going into Chairman 25 online." And he said, "Look, Matt, a few of the things," he was like, I know why you do what it is that you do, and I got to hold you accountable. He's like, it's time to level up a little bit. You got to stop cursing when you're speaking in conversation at events. Let's take off the nose ring, at least until you make your first $1 million. Let's try to cover up the tattoos every so often. Jay only has tattoos up to here, so you can't really see him. He was like, let's try to cover up the tattoos every so often, let's stop smoking so many cigarettes, man. And guys, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. But he started telling me a bunch of different things. I was smoking a pack of it. I cut that down. I was smoking a ton of pot. I cut that down. I changed the way I started to dress. I changed the way I started to talk. And here's the thing, guys, it actually brought more of me out. A lot of people think that that's selling out. Right? And in reality, it's not. You got to give up in order to go up. And we didn't work this hard to stay the same. at the end of the day. So you got to ask yourself, are you the type of person that you're looking to attract inside of your business? Would a Jason Brown join your organization? You see, when David and Monique joined the business, I knew that I had to elevate myself. If I was going to be in the same arena as him, if I was going to be in the same arena as Alex Morton, if I was going to be getting mentorship from somebody like Christopher Terry, I had to be the type of person that I wanted to attract, right? Yeah, I've had the opportunity. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Someone said that the audio is gone. Can you guys hear me?
No, I hear you fine.
Okay. So I've had the opportunity to speak on stage twice with Bob Proctor. I've had dinner with him. I've had conversations with him on a one-on-one basis. He actually just went live today. He was doing something called Good News, which was absolutely incredible. But I would not be able to attract an individual of that frequency had I not raised and elevated my own frequency. So you got to ask yourself, are you the individual that you're looking to attract, right? Another thing is, are you displaying the culture that you wish to build? You see, people are going to do what it is that you do. They're not going to do what it is that you say. And it's from everything from the littlest things to the huge things. And I've witnessed it inside of my organization. I'm always throwing down in black t-shirts, black jeans, and black sneakers. Like I guess that's my Steve Jobs look. That's my Mark Zuckerberg look, right? And I've noticed people duplicate that as well. So I started wearing suits to conventions so they would do the exact same thing. The way I speak, the way I articulate my words, I've even seen certain leaders dye their hair. People are going to do what it is that you do. They're not going to do what it is that you say. And the way they do what it is that you do, that's going to dictate the culture that is thriving inside of your organization or that is making your organization die. You're either going to thrive or die off of the culture inside of your organization, ladies and gentlemen. And the culture inside of your organization is strictly a correlation with what it is that you do. Because people are always watching, guys. And I've learned this the hard way. Please do not have to learn this the hard way, ladies and gentlemen. People are always watching you. They're watching every step you make online. They're watching every step that you make when you walk into the building. They're watching how it is that you converse, your body language, whether you're looking someone in the eye, what your tonality when you're speaking, your voice inflection, your vocabulary. And that's what's going to duplicate. So ask yourself, are you truly displaying the culture that you wish to duplicate within your organization? You see, you're going to set the standard. At the end of the day, you're going to set the standard as a leader. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't want that to be the case. We want them to do what it is that we say and not what it is that we do. But the reality of this is that they're going to do what it is that you do, right? Next thing that I want to talk about, mentorship. You see, each and every single one of you guys on this call, I can guarantee if you do not have a mentor, you want one. Even if you don't know that you want a mentor, you want a mentor. Trust me on this, ladies and gentlemen. And what I'm going to tell you right now is just the honest to God truth, right? You can make money before you have a mentor. You can. I hit Chairmen before. Chris Terry's really the only mentor, or rather, I've had other mentors in my life. I would say the first mentor that took me serious. But he took Jason a lot more serious than he took me in the beginning. I didn't get mentorship from Chris until I was about a year, probably a little more than a year into the business already. I think I was probably at around Chairman 25, about to hit Chairman 25 when Chris and I started working on a first-hand basis. And that means we were the only chairman inside of the company, right? So I was able to make money prior to having a mentor. But mentorship, what it really did was it taught me what to do with that money that allowed me to create wealth. You see, Chairman 10, it's a beautiful rank, but that's not generational wealth. You see, maintaining Chairman 500 for years, that's going to provide generational wealth if you know what to do with the money, right? And that mentorship only came when I was ready. It didn't matter if I had the proximity towards Christopher Terry. It didn't matter if I had the proximity towards individuals that I wanted to learn from. They were not giving me their time, their energy until I was ready. You see, mentorship, guys, I don't think you guys understand. I get calls, I get text messages, I get messages on my DMs every single day. hey, Matt, I need 5 minutes of your time. That's it. All I need is 10 minutes of your time. All I need is 15 minutes of your time. From thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people ask me, Matt, I need 5 minutes of your time. I need 5 minutes of your time. I need 10 minutes of your time. I need 15 minutes of your time. Do you understand, if you are not, guys, if you mentor somebody, drop a 777 inside of the chats real quick. I want to see what mentors we have on this call. If you are a mentor to somebody, you're going to be able to relate with this, right? Mentorship takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of spirituality. One conversation can literally bring your entire energy down. So now what I've realized is the best mentors, they protect their energy. They're very selective who it is that they allow proximity towards their energy to. They'll allow proximity in the physical in order to work, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have their heart. That doesn't mean you're going to have their undivided attention. So you have to become the mentor that you want to attract before you receive that mentorship. I'm going to say that again. I think it's flying over a few of y'all's heads. We just broke 3,000. We have 3,100 on this call right now. You have to become the mentor that you want to attract before that mentor becomes available for you. Guys, it's not just about receiving that mentorship, but then don't bother getting a mentor if you're not willing to implement what it is that they've taught. If you're not willing to implement what it is that they've taught, do not bother getting a mentor. Guys, there's been so many times where I may not agree with Christopher Terry. I may not agree with what it is that he's telling me to do. Maybe I'm in my reptilian mind and I'm frustrated at a certain situation and I'm not thinking about what it is that he's telling me. I'm just thinking about the way it is that I want to react. I'm not thinking about the words. I'm not thinking about the action. I'm just seeing red. That's what Jay calls it. He's like, Matt is seeing red right now. And literally there's been so many times where I just want to say, forget this mentorship. I got this, right? You're never bigger than your mentor. I don't care if you make more money than your mentor. You are never bigger than your mentor. You chose that individual for a reason. Remember what got you to where it is that you are, right? So there's been so many times, but I have to take a step back and realize that I asked for this mentorship. I begged for this mentorship. I worked my face off for this mentorship. This mentorship helped me get to where it is that I'm at today. This mentorship has taken my family out of the position that they were in. This mentorship has given me hope. This mentorship's allowed me to stand on a platform to be heard in order to impact the lives of tens of thousands of individuals. I have to implement what it is that he's saying. And so many times, my mentor will tell me to do something. I don't want to do it. I do it anyways, and I see the results behind it. So do not bother getting a mentor unless you're willing to implement what it is that they say. Now, we always talk about mentorship, but we really don't talk about how to get a mentor. Well, at the end of the day, closed mouths don't get fed. So you got to ask good questions. And you got to ask for the mentorship. But here's the thing, time out. Before you start hitting everybody's inbox, before you start contacting Nathan Samuel, before you start contacting Justin Owens, Paloma Sansores, before you start contacting David Imonitie, Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, before you contact anybody saying, hey, Matt said I have to ask in order. No. How about you make a deal? You see, that's what business is all about. It's about the proper partnerships. It's about the negotiation of deals. So why don't you make a deal? People are always contacting me, and nothing against, I said this on previous calls. A rank has nothing to do with leadership. A title is the lowest level of leadership that there is, according to John C. Maxwell. But here's the thing. Earn someone's time. Earn someone's attention. So when I want the attention of somebody, when I was trying to get the attention of Chris Terry, you're going to see me at Chairman 50. You're going to see me at Chairman 25. You're going to see me at Chairman 100, whatever the case may be. I need a day of your time. I'm going to fly out, or I need an hour of your time. Now, since I've proven myself, I can call Chris I've literally called Chris at 3:00 in the morning. Hey, Chris, I need someone to talk to. And Chris has done it with me as well. Hey, Matt, I just want to chat. What's going on? I can call Chris at any given time. Chris is one of my best friends in the world now. That's my rich dad. There's not a soul on earth, a force on earth that can stop the loyalty that I have to that man and to this business. But guys, guess what? It took me giving in order to receive. I couldn't just ask for something. I know how much mentorship costs, and he's not charging me for this mentorship. I got to bring something to the table. I made a deal. I made a deal. And from there on out, I got the mentorship that I wanted. Right. So next thing I want to talk about. So now that we know that, visualization is key, right? We understand that professionalism is a must. We understand that mentorship is our best friend. We understand how to receive that mentorship. I want to talk about more so the mindset. Again, I want to get back into the mindset one more time, guys. A lot of people ask me, Matt, what's your morning routine? I think I got to work on one, to be real with you guys. I do things a little unorthodox, to be 100% transparent with you guys. I don't have routines. I'm a little unorganized. I'm not perfect, but I have certain things that I need to accomplish before the day ends. And that kind of keeps me on track. And one of the things that I do, guys, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I'm unlock this because I'm unlock the chat right now because some of you guys actually can relate with this. The first thing we touch in the morning is our phones. The first thing that we touch in the morning is our phones. Gentlemen, you have some of us have a beautiful significant other in bed with us. And the first thing we touch is our phones. Guys, that right there, there's something going on, right? There's something going on right there, right? And I spoke to Mr. Brandon Boyd. Some of y'all snapping in here. Let me turn this off. So I spoke to Brandon Boyd. Brandon Boyd's been married for years. He has a truck full of kids. He has the American dream, white picket fence. And I went to when I was Chairman 25. I went out to Utah to work with Brandon for the very first time. That's my big brother. And I said, man, how do I balance my relationship and, in my family and all the things that I'm grateful for in the business? And he said, Matt, what do you do the first thing you wake up? And I was like, I check my messages and then I check my MT4. What do you mean? He was like, that's the problem. Your why is laying right next to you. You're not showing gratitude. When he said that, that completely hit me like a ton of bricks, guys. And I was like, man, the people that I care about are right next to me, but I'm not paying them attention. I'm not paying attention to the things I'm grateful for. All I'm doing is want. I ask God, I ask the universe, I ask. I'm always praying. Please, God, give me this. Please, God, give me this. If I do this, you cannot sit there and negotiate with God, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot negotiate with the universe, right? It's not, if I do this, will you give me this? Or if this happens, I promise to do X, Y, and Z. That is not a choice, ladies and gentlemen. But what you can do is show gratitude. What you can do is show appreciation. What you can do is show thanks, right? Think about it this way, guys. You guys ever have that friend that every time they call your phone, damn well they're going to ask you for something. You see the name come on your phone and they're going to ask you to help move. They're going to ask you for some money. They're going to ask you for a ride to work. That they're going to ask. Guess what ends up happening? You stop answering that call as frequently. But then you ever have that individual that whenever they're around you, they just have an insane amount of positivity, an insane amount of gratitude. Somehow you naturally gravitate towards that individual. Somehow you want to be with that individual as often as possible. I'm going to turn this off. Some of you guys are calling out your friends. Y'all shout out. You need to chill. So guys, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in is the exact same way. If all we do is talk to the universe, all we do is talk to God, all we do is meditate or pray on the things that we need, on the things that we want, on the things that we desire, guess what? The universe and God is going to stop answering at some point. Woo! Jay, I don't think they heard us, bro. I said the universe and God is going to stop answering at some point if all you do is sit there and ask and ask and ask. So guys, how about this? Start your day with a 3-2-1 rule. Write this down. I'm about to put y'all on game. I'm about to put you guys on game. Start your day with a 3-2-1 rule. You see, before you touch your phone, before you do anything really, right? Before you do anything really, what I need you guys to do is I need you guys to practice gratitude, right? And a few of you guys are messaging me right now privately. The 3-2-1 rule changed my life. So what you're going to do is you're going to give thanks for 3 people in your life. Just say them in your head. You're going to give thanks to 3 people in your life, right? 2 is 2 things inside of your life. And 1 is 1 intention inside of your life that you're grateful to accomplish. 3 people, 2 things, 1 intention that you're grateful to accomplish. But here's the trick. Every day it has to change. It cannot remain the same. Every day it has to change. So in the beginning, it's going to be super easy, y'all. It's going to be, all right, I'm grateful for Jason Brown. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my Lamborghini. I'm grateful for my dogs. And I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to jump on calls today. But after a week in, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, what's going to end up happening, and guys, the replay is going to be uploaded tomorrow. So let's stay focused. But what's going to end up happening is that every single day, you're going to begin looking for different things inside of your life that you're grateful for. And it just makes life that much better. You're going to be grateful for things you didn't even expect. I'm grateful for the sunset. I'm grateful for the way the air feels on my body. I'm grateful for the fact that my body is operating. I'm grateful for the fact that I get to go run 2 miles. I'm grateful for the lady that spoke nice words to me at the grocery store. I'm grateful. And you're just going to start feeling gratitude running through your body at all times. People are always asking me, and Jay, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay excited? How do you stay dedicated? Guys, I'm grateful for where it is that I'm at. I know where it is that I'm going. I'm not complacent for where it is that I am, but you better believe I'm grateful for where it is that I am. Today, I saw an old lady. She had to have been in her late 60s, and she was working at a supermarket that I was at. And they're saying that a supermarket is the biggest turning point right now for coronavirus. Because yeah, people are wearing gloves, but what about the things that people are touching? And I'm not trying to freak you guys out, but she looked so uneasy working there. She looks so uneasy working there, guys. And we know that elderly individuals are the ones that are getting affected the hardest by this. And imagine having to go into work because you have to during this point that your life is being put at risk, that your health is being put at risk. Guys, that right there, for me at least, made me grateful today alone. That just right there. And I was actually grateful for her. Being able to see her, it made me count my blessings. So start your day with gratitude before you do anything. Start your day with gratitude. Yo, real quick, shout out to Sana. You the GOAT for real. Dropping these notes. I love that. It's like we have our own Spark Notes, right? So the next thing I want to talk about, right? I talk about this a lot, but this is super important, guys. And it leads into the second thing that I'm about to talk about as well. Both of these things are super important. Write this down. I have videos on my Instagram, IGTV about this. Are you motivated or are you dedicated? Are you motivated or are you dedicated? You see, so often people look at the chairman inside of the organization, the successful people inside of the organization. They say, oh my God, they're always so motivated. Here's the thing. We're not motivated. We deal with a bunch of things inside of our lives that you guys could not even imagine. I want to tell you the truth, guys. With new levels comes new devils, right? And for every single rank that you're going to hit, you're going to have an immense amount of responsibility. You're going to have an immense amount of problems. And here's the thing. You get to pick and choose those problems, right? So even though we seem motivated, we deal with the same feelings that you do. We deal with apathy. We deal with having to sympathize with people. We deal with frustration. We deal with anxiety. We deal with anger. We're human beings. We're not motivated all the time. You see, motivation, it's a feeling, right? It comes and goes. Think about how many feelings you have throughout the day. Think about how many feelings you have throughout the day, ladies and gentlemen. Think about 1 minute you're happy, the next minute you're sad, the next minute you're crazy. It's just insane, right? So motivation is just one of those feelings. It's just, it comes and goes. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. But dedication is not a feeling. Dedication is a verb. What is a verb, ladies and gentlemen? A verb is something that you do. You see, dedication is a verb. It's an action. It is something that you are practicing. Dedication is doing what it is that you swore to do long after the feeling fades of when you made that commitment. Dedication is doing what it is that you swore to do long after the feeling fades of when it is that you made that commitment. Guys, we're not motivated. Leaders, the mindset of a leader is that we're not motivated. We don't care about motivation. Think about how many times you've been motivated to do something. How many times have you been motivated to lose weight? And a year later, you're heavier than when you started. How many times have you been motivated to quit a job, but now you're asking for a promotion at that job? How many times have you been motivated to travel the world, but you still haven't even got your passport? How many times have you been motivated to take care of your family, but your family's still struggling? How many times have you been motivated to go ahead and do anything, and at the end of the day, we fail that? It's because it's motivation for the moment. You're motivated right now by this call. You're motivated by my energy. You're motivated by my tonality. You're motivated by the amount of people inside of the chat snapping and getting excited, right? But here's the thing. You know what happens when life happens? When you get off of this call and you find out that your job just cut your hours, or you get off of this call and you find out that your job fired, you get off of this call and you find out one of your loved ones got corona, you get off of this call and you find out that life happens. What happens when life happens? You see, motivation goes, but dedication, it doesn't matter what's going on. Dedication is here to stay. Yo, guys, if you're vibing with me right now, let's see it inside of the chats real quick. If you vibing with me right now, let's see it inside of the chats real quick. So, if we know we're dedicated to our goals, if we know we're dedicated to what it is that we want to accomplish, how do we handle the lows? How does a chairman, it doesn't matter, chairman 10, chairman 100, chairman 500, chairman 1 million, how does a chairman deal with the lows? Well, I want to show you guys on a chart essentially what it is that happens, because we trade in this company. Some of us focus on crypto. I'm betting on Bitcoin. Some of us focus on US 30. Some of us focus more so on Forex. I want to show you guys on a chart base. Check this out. So everyone starts here. Everyone starts here. I want to talk about, think about this, the lows inside of the business and how to handle the lows inside of the business. Everybody starts right here, right? And everybody, I don't care if it's trading, I don't care. You're going to experience some form of ups, some form of momentum. Actually, I want to tell you where I learned this, actually. I traveled with Christopher Terry for about almost a month, actually. Our CEO is a freaking goat. I traveled with Christopher Terry for almost about a month throughout Europe back in last June. And this was special for me because I got a lot of one-on-one time with Chris. And I'm going to teach you guys what it took me 6 years, or I would say about like 5 years of working. I'm not going to use the Zoom whiteboard. I'm going to write down what took me about 5 years of working to finally get this information, right? So Chris goes to me and he says, Matt, I'm going to take a private jet from France to London, and I want you to come with me. And it's me, Julian Kushner, my wife, my creative director, and Christopher Terry. And I knew for a fact that, this is one of the coolest experiences. I'm flying private for the very first time. It's on Christopher Terry's dime. This is cool. Like, this is dope. So I get on the plane, and immediately Chris had nowhere to run. So I drilled him with questions. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Jason and I, we hit Chairman 500, right? And everybody was like, oh my God, Jason and Matt, they're Chairman 500. We had Chairman 500 for what, Jay? Like 2 months, and then we lost it, and then we would get it again, then we would lose it, and then months would go by, and then we'd get it again, like for a week, and then we'd lose it again. Now, disclaimer: me and Jay are very strong Chairman 500s in the back office for them for a minute now, right? But we were just going up and down, up and down, up and down. I felt like there was a leak inside of my business. Right? I felt like, guys, I don't know if you've ever felt this way with your business, right? I'm not sure if you've ever felt this way with your business, right? But I felt that literally my business was a revolving door, and every time that people would join the business, more people would leave, and then people would join the business, and more people would leave, and people would join the business, and more people would leave, and I became so frustrated, and I couldn't figure it out. I said, Chris, man, I use the one word that I refuse to let any of my chairmen use. Yo, Chris, I'm stuck, bro. Whoa, what he told me was a mouthful. So check this out. You're not stuck. I want to show you what it is that you are. Everyone starts here, and everyone is going to experience an uptrend inside of their business at some point. As long as you're consistent enough, you will experience an uptrend inside of your business. I'm going to turn off the chat because I want you guys to really pay attention to this, right? I want you to really pay attention to this. everyone's going to experience an uptrend inside of their business. As long as you're consistent, you're going to experience an uptrend inside of trading. You're going to experience an uptrend inside of your mentality. You're going to experience an uptrend inside of your business. It doesn't matter your volume in the back office. You're always going to experience an up, right? And during that uptrend, think about a time that you've had momentum inside of your business. Think about a time that you've had momentum inside of your life. Think about it. Think about how your team was. What was the vibe? What was the energy of your organization during an area of momentum? Maybe you're going through that momentum right now and you're able to relate. The attitude is amazing. Everyone is fired up. Everyone is excited. Everyone is like, oh, this is going to go up forever, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to write attitude right here. So the attitude is absolutely incredible, right? But guys, it's a law of life that what goes up has to come down. It's the laws of the universe. What goes up has to come down. So in trading, we call that a retracement. Now, during that retracement, think about it. How did your team feel? How did you feel when you saw your trades go into red? How did you feel when the volume started going down? Maybe some of you guys lost a rank. Maybe, I don't know, just negative downtrends inside of life. The vibe, the energy now becomes negative. The energy now becomes negative, right? And all we can think about is focus on that downtrend. Oh man, I'm going down, I'm going down. Now, usually after an area of retracement follows an area of consolidation. Usually after an area of retracement follows an area of consolidation. Now, this area of consolidation is as important, if not more important, than this first burst of momentum. Because what happens during consolidation? You're not trading during consolidation. You're not praying to come in and get 3 pips during consolidation, right? You're studying the markets. You're studying the patterns. You're studying the history of that specific pair. During that area of consolidation, when it comes to building the business, a lot of people mistake that area of consolidation for being stuck. A lot of people mistake that area of consolidation for being stuck. You see, during that area of consolidation, if you train the right way, if you maintain the proper attitude, if you don't allow the retracement to throw you off, what ends up happening is that it's going to retest that area and you're going to experience a higher high. It's going to retest that area and you're going to experience a higher high, right? So we have our high right here, high right here. You're going to experience a higher high, ladies and gentlemen. But then guess what happens after that higher high? You're going to have another area of retracement followed by another area of consolidation. And this is called momentum. A lot of people think that momentum is just up, when in reality, there's so many downs you can't even imagine, right? And then after that area of consolidation, we experience another higher high. Guys, I don't know about you, but most of the time when things are going bad, we're focused on this, right? We're just focused on that portion right there, the momentum that was followed by a drop and now we're stuck. When in reality, when you look at the whole thing, we've been in a damn uptrend the entire time, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of looking like Bitcoin right now, right? Yeah, there's areas of consolidation. Yes, there's areas of retracement. But I want you guys to understand that it's supposed to be like that. And I'm going to open up these chats again. Are you understanding what it is that that I just explained right now, ladies and gentlemen? Are you understanding? So what if you're going through the downs? You're supposed to go through the downs, ladies and gentlemen. That is a part of the process. Growing pains help you grow. You're supposed to go through the downs. You're supposed to go through the consolidation. You're supposed to go through the trials and tribulations because it's going to help you appreciate the highs that much more. And guys, I'm telling you, there's never going to be a time where you're not feeling that you're not going to feel that drop, that you're not going to experience. Guys, the best of the best inside of this industry have gone through trials and tribulations. You see, the problem is never the problem itself. I want you guys to understand that the problem is how it is that you deal with that said problem. The problem is never the problem itself. The problem is how it is that you deal with that said problem. Come on now. That kind of makes you think that, you know what? I'm invincible. I got a superpower. I'm literally invincible. Nothing can hit me. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up, ladies and gentlemen. Now, all right. Here's the thing, guys. A lot of people think that you have to be, just because you're dedicated, that you have to be disciplined forever. That's not the case. Just because you're dedicated does not mean you have to be disciplined forever. But you have to be disciplined long enough. Allow me to explain. You see, dedication, with dedication, it's a healthy habit. That's what dedication is. It's a healthy habit. You see, and the way that we develop healthy habits is that we're disciplined long enough. It takes about 21 days to develop a habit, 90 days to solidify that habit. Good or bad? Good or bad? 21 days to develop a habit. That's why I'm trying to stay active in here, right? Because if I spend 21 days straight not working out, 21 days straight eating unhealthy, 21 days straight, I'm going to completely reverse everything that I've worked for on my body, on my health, right? So if it takes 21 days to develop a habit, good or bad, and it takes about 90 days to solidify that habit, right? So check this out. You don't have to be disciplined forever. You don't have to be dedicated forever. You just got to be disciplined long enough to develop a healthy habit. That's all you really got to do, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Our parents had us brush our teeth as a kid. It became a healthy habit. A lot of the things that we do are healthy habits. Or think about some of the negative habits that you have. Guys, it's only doing it long enough to the point that it becomes habitual. So whatever it is that you're practicing, set a goal out to do it for 21 days. If you want to start doing personal development, do it for 21 days straight. Watch you feel disgusting if you don't do it afterwards. If you want to go ahead and start enrolling people, do it for 21 days straight, prospecting rather. Do it for 21 days straight and watch you feel disgusting by day 22 if you don't do it. If you want to go ahead and start trading, jump on Go Live for 21 days straight. And watch by day 22, you feel disgusting if you don't do it. And for me, being dedicated, being consistent, working my tail off every single day, it's a habit now. It's habitual. This is not something that I have to wake up and say, damn, I have to do this. No, I wake up and I say, I get to do this. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. When it becomes habitual, it becomes a pleasure to be able to do what it is that you want to do, or rather what it is that you have to do, right? So take whatever it is that you feel is a burden, take whatever it is that you feel is hard for you to accomplish and create a habit. Make it habitual and watch what happens inside of your lives, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to be wrapping this up because that leaves me with an hour with you guys. And then we got to get back to work, right? Because it's not going to produce. We spoke about this on day number 1. This isn't going to produce income directly, right? This is an activity. I'm having a blast with it, but we got some calls to make. We got some deals to close. We got some trades to place, right? So I'm gonna wrap this up with you guys real quick. And it's gonna be very, 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 very simple. Success loves speed, and that's one of the biggest mindsets of a chairman. Success loves the speed, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, no one extremely, extremely, extremely successful has tried to do this. They said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this in record time. You know, you think Bryce Thompson said, I'm going to try to do this. You think, Justin Owen said, I'm going to try to do this. You think Alex Morton said, I'm going to try to do this. You think Case Morton said, I'm going to try to do this. No, they said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it with style, and I'm going to do it in record time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do it in record time. You really think that, let's say Bill Gates said, I'm going to try to make Microsoft. No. You really think that Steve Jobs said, I'm going to try to build Apple. No. You think Elon Musk said, I'm going to try to build Tesla and everything else that's changing the freaking world right now. No, they said, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it fast, and I'm going to do it rapidly, and I'm going to do it in style, and I'm going to be aggressive about it, and I'm going to be out there, and I'm going to be shout out about it, and I'm going to be loud about it, and I'm going to be something that everybody knows is coming. You see, guys, amateurs, they join a business, they join a movement, but professionals, the legends, the greats, they launch it. I want you to think about a rocket launching. A rocket does not just launch slowly and say, I'm going to take my time. Let me try this out. I hope it works. You know how many times I get on calls with people? You know how many times people message me, and I hope this works out. Take hope out of your vocabulary. The next time you say hope, drop down and do that. Mike Navarrete, if he's on this call, he knows his team doesn't say try. His team doesn't say hope. His team doesn't say wish. If they say any of that, they jump down and they do push-ups right then and there. I'm going to try to get this done. No. You said try? Jump down and drop and get 10 push-ups in, 20 push-ups in. Guys, there's no trying to do something. When you're launching, you're not trying to do something. You are doing something. You are getting it done. And you don't care what's going to happen. You don't care the trials. You don't care the tribulations. You don't care about any of that. So I'm going to get it done. Guys, if you're going to become a chairman, you need to stop thinking, I'm going to try this. Make the decision to be here 12 months from now. Make the decision. And if you're real with it, make the decision to be here 24 to 48 months from now. If you're really real with it. Because for me, I made the decision to be here 25 years from now, guys. I'm not trying this. Guys, you think that this is a game? You think that this is easy? All right, guys, you want to talk about, you know how many people I've heard, Jay, I'm about to go real on them. You know how many people I've heard say, Matt, I'm just so frustrated. I lost my rank. I lost my team. I feel for you, bro. I feel for you, sis. Trust me, I do. You know what it was when I woke up one day and I found out that 85% of my organization was leaving, and I dropped rank overnight, and I share an account? You know what that did to me? I literally cried that day. And I had two choices. I could either quit, sob, feel bad for myself, or I could get this thing popping. And had we not gotten this thing popping, had we not stood strong, had we not rebuilt, Jason wouldn't have been able to bring Alex Morton to the company. Alex Morton didn't come to the company. I promise you guys, a lot of us would not be here right now. But it took one split decision when things were going wrong, when things were going bad, that we had to make. And a lot of you guys are now forced with that same exact decision. If not, you guys are going to be forced with that exact same decision. I've been forced with that decision, and I'll probably be forced with it again at some point. Maybe not the exact same situation, but guys, guess what? I'm not here to do things soft. I'm doing things big. We're bringing this company to $1 billion. We're impacting the lives of 1 million customers. By December 2020, we will have 1,000 chairmen. Guys, in the next 30 days, we're putting 100,000 people into the business. You guys understand what it is that I'm saying? And it starts off with that mentality. It starts off with the mindset of the chairman. So ladies and gentlemen, the next time that things are going tough, the next time that things are going rough, I want you to understand that it's supposed to be going that way because it's a rite of passage. It's a rite of acceptance. If things were easy, everyone would have it. I don't want what's easy. I want what it is that I have to break my back for. Because if the climb wasn't hard, I promise y'all wouldn't enjoy the view. I promise y'all would not enjoy the view. So look, tomorrow we got Jason. We got Jason kicking things off, right? So it's more about the tangibles, right? It's more about the tangibles tomorrow, right? We're going to be teaching you guys tomorrow the different skill sets that get you paid. You don't have to be a 6, 7, 8-figure earner in order to start learning the skill sets of a 6, 7, 8-figure earner, right? You can start learning those skill sets from now. Act as if, right? So tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, we kick this thing off with the GOAT, Mr. Jason Brown. We're going to be teaching you how to edify. We're going to be teaching you how to invite. We're going to be teaching you guys how to follow up. We're going to be teaching you guys the skill sets that get you paid, ladies and gentlemen, the skill sets that get you paid. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. And let's show each other some love inside of the chats. Make sure that you guys are going ahead, and what I want you guys to do, don't drop numbers. I want you guys to drop down what you're grateful for inside of the chats today. What are you grateful for inside of the chats? Let's spread some positivity. I appreciate you guys. Let's rock and roll.